Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Truck Stop Opinion Shop. We're here, your opinion does matter. And I am your host, I hate all liberals. And I do encourage you to hit that like, pop a notification bell, and hit the subscribe button so you can follow for future content. Let's get right into this. In today's show, we're going to start with Hunter Biden. The best Biden, according to Joe, and by now everyone is well aware that Hunter Biden loves to smoke crack. And not only that, he loves to use the N-word, and quite frequently, and has lately his text messages have leaked with him calling his lawyer the N-word multiple times. But I can't imagine where he could have learned such behavior, especially knowing that Joe Biden could never be racist.
Is broad and complex. I'm eager to hear. Nigger to hear next. I'm eager to hear. Nigger to hear next.
That's normal talk from Joe. Yes, Joe has been saying this forever. He served as vice president to the first black man as president, which is actually a great thing. But here's what he had to say about his good friend, Barack Obama.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
That's a storybook, man, so he says. But it actually is a great thing, because this country is supposed to be systemically racist, and this systemically racist country, mostly white, voted for Barack Hussein Obama, which is a great thing, because it showed that color did not matter, and Obama could have helped heal old wounds, and instead, he caused more division, more racial tension, and it's a shame, because it really could have been a moment when this country could have healed. And it actually got worse, because I think during George Bush times, people were finally getting together. I think most people hated George Bush, so they agreed on that. But then Obama came along, and he caused this racial division. But that's enough about Obama. Let's stick to the very racist Joe Biden and his very racist son, Hunter Biden. Now, like I said, Joe Biden has a very long history of racism. He does, and it's a fact.
In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. Oh, gigantic.
Yep, that's good old Lunch Bucket Joe. You know, the guy who's never had a job in the private sector, has always worked in the public sector, has been mooching off the government and the taxpayers' dollar. That's good old Lunch Bucket Joe right there, saying very racist things. He's also said very hateful things.
These white supremacists, Nazi sympathizers, carrying Nazi flags, using the exact same.
To be fair on this one, I hate Nazis too. And I know what the liberals will say. Oh, he's just saying it by accident. He stumbled on his words. Yes, because we all just accidentally say the N-word all the time. We accidentally are just racist. No, Joe's just a plain-out racist, and I'm sick and tired of him being covered up for it. Donald Trump gets kicked off of Twitter and everything else for never saying anything that's racist. This guy, he says so much racist stuff that just me playing it will probably get me kicked off of YouTube. Now we're going to move on to the great Hunter Biden. The great son of Joe Biden. Don't mistake him with the war hero, Beau Biden. Yes, Beau Biden, by all accounts, seemed like a really great guy. So great that when he passed away, just right after the funeral, Hunter Biden slept with his wife. Yes, slept with his brother's widow. Now, how much more disgusting does that get? And I know what people will say. That's Hunter Biden. That's just the son of Joe Biden. That's not Joe's fault. But it is, because guess what? Hunter Biden has been selling Joe Biden for years. He's been selling America for years. And he's been making millions and millions of dollars doing it. Millions of dollars by selling America out to places like China. But, hey, what does it matter? Let's just cover up for it. Let's just keep it a little secret. It's no big deal. Because we can always focus on the Trump family. But not I. Nope. I'm going to stick with the Bidens. We're going to stick with Hunter right now. Let's get right to him.
There's a current Department of Justice investigation into your finances.
Yep.
What is it about? Can you say anything more?
I can't, but I can say this, is I'm cooperating completely. And I am absolutely certain, 100% certain, that at the end of the investigation, that I will be cleared of any wrongdoing.
Oh, have no worries. Hunter is more than positive that he will be cleared of all wrongdoing. Why? Because his father is the President of the United States and runs the Justice Department. So, yes, he will be cleared of all charges. That's called white privilege.
You would wake up some mornings, I shouldn't even say some mornings because you slept for like 15 minutes at a time,
Yeah.
and be looking for crack and just smoke whatever was there?
Yeah, I spent more time on my hands and knees picking through rugs, smoking anything that even remotely resembled crack cocaine. I probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anyone that you know, I'm sure, Tracy.
Because there'd be crumbs mixed in, and
Yeah,
you just...
I love how she's interviewing him. There's just crumbs mixed in. Yeah. Tell you what, though, he reminds me of someone else.
Peanut butter and crap thing. Look out, crack! Here I come!
All right, before we continue, we're going to move on to our White House correspondent in the press briefing and his hard questions for Jen Psaki.
Darlene, why don't you kick us off?
Arlene, huh? Oh, you're just so funny. But I'm afraid not. It's Ryan with the Truck Stop Opinion Shop. Okay, Jen, first question. Kamala Harris. She's flown over the border in a plane way, way up high and looked down at it. She's seen an imaginary line on a map that people have told her it's the border. She's even visited Taco Bell. But she refuses to go to the border that houses cages and kids. And she doesn't understand what the big deal is. What is the opinion of the administration on her lack of leadership and actually going down and seeing the problem firsthand?
Well, again, I think that at some point she may go to the border. We'll see. But she's in the Northern Triangle now to have discussions with leaders, with community leaders, with civil society leaders, with the embassy about how we can work together. And obviously she's made a couple of announcements already, probably more to come before she comes back to the United States.
That's interesting because I heard she's on her knees in the dirt doing what she does best with these leaders.
That's exactly what she's doing on the ground.
Oh, we all figured as much. I'm sure that's exactly what she's been doing. Okay, I'm not sure you've seen it in the news, but the Clinton body count has officially gone up with another reporter who has committed suicide. And all around the Clintons' neighborhood, there's been all kind of people just coming up missing. And a big, giant industrial meat grinder has been spotted in the garage of the Clintons. Does the administration have any comment on any of this?
It's a really interesting question, and I didn't know much about it before you asked this question, so I'll probably have to talk to our national security team. I will say that the sausage making is messy. It takes time. There are ups and downs in the roller coaster. We're right in the middle of the sausage making right now.
Whoa, this got a little weird here all of a sudden. Now let's move on to another topic here. Okay, let's move on to a topic that the administration loves to talk about. That's COVID-19. What are you doing this week to increase vaccination and lower the infection rate of COVID-19?
Donuts and beer and all sorts of incentives to get young people and people vaccinated who have been either hesitant, resistant, or just didn't want to take the step to get vaccinated.
So your answer once again is more donuts, more beer, more drugs equals more vaccinations.
No, that's not what I said. I don't have any more details to outline for you.
Okay, final question. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. Last week, Joe Biden visited a kindergarten school, and it's been reported that the kids were mocking him, calling him Stuttering Joe. Is Joe Biden okay? Because it's reported that he was outside crying afterwards.
Look, I think we're going to leave the name calling to others. If he has feelings hurt, I suspect he has a stronger backbone than that. But thank you everyone so much. Look forward to, I guess I won't see you for a while. Those of you coming on the trip, we'll see you on the trip.
And our final topic tonight will be about Joe Biden and his European tour, or as I call it, a shit show. Now, Joe Biden went around Europe and he showed all these leaders on the frail, moronic Joe that we all have gotten to know. So now everybody in the whole world knows how weak Joe is, and how weak the United States is now because we're led by Joe Biden. So let's take a quick look and a rundown of some of the things that happened on this tour.
And if Ronald Reagan said trust but verify, what do you say to Vladimir Putin?
To answer the first question, I'm laughing too. They actually, well, look, I mean, he has made clear that the answer is, I believe he has in the past essentially acknowledged that he was, there are certain things that he would do or did do. But look, when I was asked that question on air, I answered it honestly. But it's not much of a, I don't think it matters a whole lot in terms of this next meeting we're about to have.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I have no idea what he said there, but let's continue on.
I'll take your questions, and as usual, folks, they gave me a list of the people I'm going to call on. So, Jonathan, Associated Press.
Yes, as usual, all questions are handpicked, and the answers are given to Joe Biden. And he still can't get things right. This guy's terrible.
Thank you, thank you. And Cindy, you're 14 years old. When I was 14, please, at ease. I keep forgetting I'm president.
That's not really funny because he really does forget that he's president every day. Joe, where am I?
The European allies. Can I ask a question about the European allies?
I'm going to get in trouble with my staff. Yeah, go ahead, but I pretend that you didn't answer you.
Thank you very much, sir. You have often said repeatedly that America is back.
Yes.
At the same time, you've kept in place some Trump-era steel and aluminum sanctions. And I wanted to ask you, when you're having these conversations with European allies who are very concerned about these sanctions, how do you justify that? And what are your plans?
120 days. Give me a break.
Give me a break. I don't know what day it is. Talk like this because people say I sound sophisticated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you being here, as always. Don't forget, click the like, hit the subscribe button, pop the notification bell so you can follow for future content. I do appreciate your support, and I hope it's entertaining. You have a good day.